That's hard to see. Okay, I got a weight of, looks like 28. Yeah, it looks like about 28 pounds. 28.3. Okay, I'm not sure what the wind's going to sound like, guys, so we got a storm coming in, so don't blame me. So I had people asking me, do I still get out and walk? Yes, I do, at least 3 times a week. And I'm feeling great by doing it. I'm down to 220 pounds. I can't seem to get past that threshold. 200's key. So who knows? Maybe I'll get down there one day. Now, I haven't made videos with me walking around because there ain't a whole lot to talk about. But anyhow, we got a recession coming. Now, it's on the borderline, okay? If the president or some of the corporations do what they're supposed to do, we may climb out of it. If they don't, it's going to be going for 2 years. That's what's coming. So, if your credit cards aren't paid, pay them off. Do not be using your credit cards to buy food. Be getting ready to tighten up your belt. Do not take vacations. Put your money away. Don't drive if you don't have to. Gas is too high. Do things in your backyard. Have picnics, whatever. Because it's going to be a long haul for 2 years. That's one thing to look into. No, not unless you're rich, right? And then, oh, this really got on my nerves. This really did. What was it, the House Speaker? She got on there and she immediately announced, I am a black lesbian. And I'm like, why do I give a shit? Like, really? You're special. If you're a lesbian, a tranny, a queer, I don't know. You're special. You know, I should start doing all my videos as, well, it's unprecedented. I am a Caucasian white man walking with a backpack. No other prepper does it. Give me a fucking break. Jesus Christ. Do your job. Get up there and give your speeches. Tell us the lies about Biden. I don't really give a shit what your sexual preference is. I've never seen such crap in my life. They all act like it's something new. Most people are over it, don't really care. So, give me a break. If you want me to hear what you're saying, then stop announcing your sexual preference. Other than that, I stop the video and I say, well, I guess all you're doing is talking about your sex today. See you later. Well, what else is new? I'm not even sure if this is working. I hope it is, because it's windy. So not a whole lot else happening. Being that I've lost a good 30 pounds, it's a lot easier walking, I'll tell you that. It feels good now. I can walk a pretty good speed. I'm not huffing, puffing. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, that's bad. You can tell when the wind hits your face, you know it's going to come through on the camera, right? That's the thing. But another thing you guys might want to check out. I'd noticed on Hoople's cat video, he had the deer flies coming in pretty bad. Oh, I remember those things. We don't got it. Well, you don't get them when it's windy. Let's try going this way. Pack feels good at 30 pounds, you know that? And that's even with my new pot set in there. So that's pretty good. So you figure, I don't know, 5 pounds of food, maybe 35 pounds. If I go 10 pounds, depends how many days I go out. Then That's pretty good. We're into a heat wave here in Tennessee. It's actually almost 7:30 in the morning, and it's already hot, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And by later today, by noon, 2 o'clock, will be easy 90, 95, high humidity. It's crazy, is what we're gonna be at. And we seem to be in a heat wave here. Now, normally we don't get this hot this soon. We really don't. Okay, let me get behind the concession stand here. You're gonna have a lot of bugs this year. We're into a heat wave already. Way too soon. We get a lot of ticks. We've got warnings in Tennessee like crazy about the ticks. Be careful. There's a tick that bites you that basically you don't ever want to eat meat again. A lot of vegetarians would like to hear that, wouldn't they? So, using permethrin, I'll link to a video. You really should do it. Kills them instantly and it's quite easy. I even use that stuff on my fruit trees. Now, Hoople's cat had all kinds of deer flies bouncing off him. I know what they are because I'm originally from Canada. And I know what those bitches are like. There was one time when I was a kid, I was like maybe 14 years old. I was running a river fishing. And, you know, normally we just wore a cap. That's all we wore. And you would hear them bouncing off your hat like torpedoes. And you'd literally have over 1,000 of them. I'm not kidding. You went like this over your head with your hands. You would feel them go ding, 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 ding all across your hands. It was ridiculous. But they feel like a horse fly when they bite you. About half. Because they have the same type of bite they do. They usually go for the ears, under the ears, inside your hair. They'll burrow into your hair. So wearing a hat is very important. Now, I suggest to Hoople's cat go buy this thing that sticks to the back of his hat. And I'll put a link at the bottom if you got deer flies. But literally, you're putting this sticky thing on the back of your hat, very much like a double-sided tape. And as they bounce off your hat, it catches them. The more you catch, the less hassle of hearing that buzzing is. It's quite annoying. Now, mosquitoes, when you come into mosquitoes when you're backpacking, mosquitoes only fly 5 miles. So if you come into a lot of mosquitoes, and it depends how thick the mosquitoes are, if they're really thick, I mean, you're probably steps away from some dead pond or some dead swamp water that's just sitting there not moving, and it's just a breeding them. So open your eyes, look around, and if you see, you know, if you actually see tons of mosquitoes or they're not too bad, you got to determine how far they are. Now, they're going to be attracted to your breath when you breathe. They're also attracted to your heat. So if you're breathing heavy, you're going to attract more mosquitoes. Now, on a windy day like today, this is awesome for hiking because any mosquitoes, deer, flies, gnats, they're blown away. They have a hard time staying in the wind. They're usually deep in the trees where there's no wind. So that's important too. My wind has changed. Let's go over here. All right. So wind is really good when you're hiking for the bugs themselves. But if you got deer flies, look, I know it's an affiliate link, but the stuff's cheap. It's really going to save your life. I used to use it all the time years ago. And it's amazing. Deer flies will just ruin your day. They really will. And that's the problem with the heat. You sweat, the humidity, the bugs. That's why when it's fall time, it's so much nicer backpacking than it is in the summer because there's more to deal with. But you do lose more weight. Ever since I started walking with my backpack, you know, I made a few videos on it. I've only seen one guy, a piney prepper did it. I haven't really seen anybody else walk. So, you guys are going to hate this, but what the hell's up with all you fat preppers? Why aren't you out walking? Why aren't you out getting some exercise? You know, if you quit smoking, you'll be able to walk easier. And no prepper wants to hear that. You're not a prepper if you smoke, guys. Just the way it is. Your health is number one. Not your backpacks, not your fancy gear, not how much food you can put away and get fatter. Basically, it's getting yourself in shape. I'm 57 going on 58. I turned 58 in June. And I'm actually healthier than what I was a year ago because of all this walking I'm doing. So, look, it's not hard once you do it. It's hard to get out of that chair. It's hard to say, look, today I'm going to go for a walk. And that part's hard. I wrestle with that, especially when I bring my pack. I weigh it. And you don't have to wear a pack. I only bring my pack to get used to the weight and always know what that weight's like. And it has pretty much 90% of everything I'm going to carry, except food, of course. But I don't see any preppers walking. It's like they're, I don't know, it's almost like it's a horrible thing. But every live stream I see, they're just puffing one cigarette after another. They're rolling their cigarettes, and they're spending $100, $200 a month on cigarettes. I'm like, what the hell? Do you know how many preps you could buy for that? How much food, being that food's double the cost right now? The gas for your vehicle? Quit smoking, guys. What the hell? Get off your fat asses, get out and start walking. I don't care if you walk a half a mile. I don't care if you walk once around the park. At least you did something. Walk around the block. You would be surprised how much weight you lose with actual walking. I try to do 3 miles. The odd time I do 5. But that's what I pretty much worked myself up to, is what I got going on. So, other than that, I am still walking. I am still going to pack, like I said, usually 3 times a week. So, all right, I feel like a tea now. So let's go make a tea. Well, I went and got an oil change, and that was interesting. Picked myself up a washcloth, scrubber, and a sponge for cleaning my dishes. Now, when I went and got the oil changed, I was like, wow, that didn't go up. You know, I've been changing my oil in this truck for mine for 5 years, and it didn't go up. It was still $100. I have special oil that goes in my truck. That's why it's so much money. Which I never thought of when I bought the truck. But I'm good now. I don't think I need to put this under, but we'll toss it under for the heck of it. And the next thing I need to do to my truck is I need to get the gas lines cleaned out, and that's $100 too. I haven't done that yet. I've also noticed that if you buy rice-a-roni off of Amazon, it's way cheaper. I hope this wind ain't too bad. I pulled my truck over here and parked it, so we'll see how that goes. Come out. I'm gonna have myself a tea. Piece of dog hair in there. I can't believe when everybody watched that last video, they weren't saying, oh my God, he ate after his dog. I've ate worse, trust me. The wind is blowing so bad, I'm getting little things inside my water. Is what I'm getting. Oh man, this stove's nice compared to the other ones. And we do have wind. Oh, it's windy. We're going to be storming. Let's see if I can crank this up a little bit more. If I put this on, probably be a little quicker. So I got the oil changed in the truck. I gassed it up. That was an interesting day. I gassed it up, 125 bucks. Changed the oil, 110 bucks. I'm like, okay, I'm at 200 bucks. Go shopping for some food. Okay, that was 300 bucks. I'm into $500. I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is ridiculous when I go out what it's costing me. I gotta work twice as many hours just to pay for what they're doing to us. We are gonna go into a recession that is gonna last probably 18 months to 2 years. Now, like I was saying when I began my walk, I mean, that's a catch-22. If they do things right, if the corporations do things right, the Fed does things right, there's just too many people that have to do things right for things to start to go lower. But it's not happening. Now, a lot of times I notice the Democrats want to blame the war, and that is such bullshit. I mean, I can see them blaming some of the war, is what I can see them blaming. But, you know, like wheat or stuff like that. I would say most of this is because of the pandemic. It just took a while to catch up, and now it's finally here. And that's all there is to it. But they do say that people are not, they're still spending money on gas, same what. So they're spending pretty much double, triple, and they're not driving any less. They've still got their vacations planned. The planes are packed from top to bottom. So why should it go down? You know? And that's the thing about it. Why should it go down at all? And they're going to find out the hard way. They got to be using their credit cards. I don't know. Unless everybody's rich. I mean, I've tightened right up. And I don't go anywhere. I don't go for drives. I haven't really been out hiking that much because I usually have to drive quite a ways to get there. I'm really watching my money and what I'm doing. I'm pretty much just spending money on food and making sure I got money for bills. Like next month, my truck insurance comes due. That's a good 1,200 bucks, you know. I pay for 6 months for 2 vehicles. But all these bills climb up, and it's like I'm always racing to get caught up. So personally, I think everybody should just be buying food, and that's it. And only doing what you have to do. Okay, that's getting hot. Woohoo! I need a fork. That'll do. Why am I out here doing this? Well, a minute away, I kind of went for a walk, and at the same time, I wanted to do a test on my gear. And it's really windy, and that tea's really hot. All right. I don't drink coffee. I try to be healthy. I mean, I used to weigh, 280 pounds? I'm now down to 220. It makes a big difference. I can walk further, I can carry more. I work around the house more. It's just beneficial. And here I am, 57 going on 58. I'm in better shape than when I was 55, actually. Quit smoking 8 years ago. I mean, I do it a little bit at a time. And to be quite honest with you, yeah, you could probably smoke and do a lot of crazy stuff when you're younger. I mean, in your 20s and 30s, your body's in good shape. But as you get older, your body just ain't what it used to be. Oh, that was a good walk this morning. It really was. Really enjoyed that. Let's talk about, well, I have my tea, what's coming. Now, from what the studies say, Everybody has booked the plane tickets. There's no room on planes. Motels are full, charging 175 to 200 a night. Everybody's going on vacation. I don't know, the rest of the world must be rich. I must be the only poor guy. I don't get it. I'm trying to optimize every dollar I get to buy food, put food away. Heck, next month my truck insurance comes up for $1,200. I mean, I feel like I'm working like a dog constantly. So that's kind of messed up. But I ain't scheduling no vacations. Nothing. No way. I would love to go hiking, but every place I usually go is usually an hour's drive, and I'm looking at the gas and I'm like, that's way too much. I'm trying to save my gas for whenever I need it. I went and got an oil change on the truck. That was $100. I filled up the tank. That was $125. And went and bought a couple $100 in groceries. $400 or $500 gone just like that. It was crazy. It is ridiculous what they are upping these prices to, and they're getting away with it. Now, Biden keeps blaming the war, and I think that's hilarious. This actually comes from the pandemic, and it just took a while to get here. It comes from giving away free money. I mean, they gave everybody stimulus. I wonder, do you think maybe that had something to do with it? There's always a price to pay with what they do. Now they're talking about forgiving student loans and giving away more free money. Anyhow, talked enough about this. Watch your back and stay away from large crowds if you're smart. Catch you guys on the next one.